Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Toxic TD here, and this is actually the second time me recording this season, just because I thought the first one was a little bit too predictable, and I really wasn't coming up with anything original, so I decided to just redo this season, just cause. And I also have some more ideas I want to try out this season. See how well I like them. But today we are going to be having a few return. We're going to be doing the season a little differently. You see, there will be 2 double eliminations throughout the season. And there will be 2 returns also. Just to give everyone a fair chance at this game. I have my total drawing challenge wheel sitting right here, right beside me. So let's get into the video. The first challenge, as you can see, we got the Suns, Emma from the Redonkulous race, Dave, Ella, Sanders, Laurie, and Ezekiel. And on the stars, we have Gwen, Scott, Carrie, Leonard, Julia, and Ripper. And finally on the moons, Chet, Izzy, Elodie, Sean, Mickey, and Tom. And the first challenge is Bjorken telephone. Alright, so there are a few people that... So every team has an advantage in this one. But I think the team that probably has it the easiest... I'm going to say this. It's the stars, just because I think Leonard will be able to remember it first try. Just because he has to remember all the rules for LARPing. So I think that just is right up his alley. And then I think the second team that could actually win this would be the Moons, simply because Izzy would just know the language. Also, Elodie, Chet, practically they have 3 people that have participated in this challenge before, so they just know how to do all this. So that means the Suns go for elimination. Yes, it was close, but Ezekiel kept fumbling the words. So let's get on to all the interactions. First up, the stars. I feel like Gwen and Scott here would make an alliance. Along with Julia and Ripper, while Ripper will bully Leonard a little bit. And Leonard was saying, "Curse you, heathen." And all that will carry attempts to make an alliance with Leonard, just as an early quick number. And on the Suns, Emma and Laurie, along with Sanders, would you try and make a early alliance to more or less secure their spot in the game. But Emma and Laurie, sorry guys, it's a little early. They try and they actually end up in a big argument, and then they decide to target each other. Sanders breaks apart, and she actually bonds a lot with Ezekiel. And Dave and Ella decide to make a temporary alliance. is due to them getting along very well during Pocket 2. So, start off with the people with 0 votes. Dave, Ella, and Sanders. Now this person only has 1 vote against him. Ezekiel. And finally, in a 3-2 vote, first eliminated is Lori. Emma brought some much needed brain power, and with Lori's quicker temper, Ezekiel and Sanders just decided to boot her off, while they voted for Ezekiel. The next challenge will be a million ways to lose $1 million. Oh, another Dogfish Race one. This is a 3-way. So this will be a relay race. And each person will have to, do a certain leg. So but the team that I think would be one winning this would be the Suns. Just because they have Sanders, who is the only person here to compete in that challenge. And then the next one, just due to, I think, sheer chemistry, the Stars get this. And Leonard has now beat his record of being the second one eliminated. And Ezekiel has also far surpassed his record. But here I think the Chet and Izzy would get along very well. And Tom would not like Sean in the slightest. While Sean basically just looking out for Mickey and whatnot. While Elodie is just trying to see how the vote lies so she can vote. Not really talking much to anyone. But with 0 votes, we have Chet, Elodie, and Izzy. Finally, 1 vote, Sean. Finally, in a 3-2 vote, second person eliminated from the season is Tom. Uttering your disdain for one of the strongest players, one of the stronger challenge players on your team, here's a way to get yourself booted. Now, on to the next challenge. It is basic straining. Way this works, the team that does the best overall will win. And the only one that's really competed in this thing is Gwen. But the Moons are not going to be a slouch in this challenge, just due to Chet, Izzy, and Sean all being very strong in their own rights. Yep. And next, I think Gwen just dominate this challenge again. Thus, giving them an edge in this challenge is cool. With Gwen just giving tips on each challenge to her team. That meaning the Suns go up to elimination again, due to majority of them not being very physically strong. And their only real powerhouse in the challenge being Sanders. But now, it gets interesting, because Emma thanks Sanders and Ezekiel for signing with them. And they just say no problem. While Dave and Ella are trying to find a way to boot Ezekiel, Sanders and they try convincing Emma to vote him, while Sanders and Ezekiel try to get them to vote off Dave. But the people with 0 votes are, of course, Ella, Emma, and Sanders. And finally, and 50 votes, Dave is eliminated. Third, just because Emma just found him to be a lot more whiny and hard to get along with than Ezekiel, who she would not see as a threat. And while Dave has connection to other teams. Next, we have Backstabbers Ahoy. Brother. Backstabbers Ahoy. Give me a second. Let me just look something up. Alright. Backstabbers Ahoy. Oh, yep, it's this one. So, no one here, only Scott would really do it. But then at this point, rifts would start forming in the group. And petty arguments would pretty much break out here. So the Stars would actually lose the challenge. Because I think the other teams would just barely able to make it through. But here, surprisingly, Gwen actually starts getting along kind of well with Leonard. Just finding him kind of funny at times. And that just gives them a solid majority, but Scott doesn't like that. So he tries siding with Julia and Ripper. And trying to get one of the, either Leonard or Carrie, voted out. But I think here Carrie, Leonard, and Gwen would choose to vote out Ripper, but Carrie over your Scott. So Scott goes to tell Leonard, Carrie's targeting you. Then causes Gwen, and Carrie votes Scott. Oh, let's get on to the votes. People with 0 votes: Gwen, Leonard, and last but not least, Julia. Now, with 1 vote against them, Carrie. Actually, Ripper does not have votes. It's just Scott and Leonard, actually. And finally, in a 2-3 vote, Leonard actually is eliminated here. It's just, he actually did a lot better than original. He found himself in a very good spot. He was just put on a bad team. But this next challenge is... L Bunny Supreme... Alright, they have to catch as many bunnies as possible. Which the Suns absolutely steamrolled this challenge. And then, with Carrie and Chet being the main people, just comes down to who is better at rounding up bunnies. And I think that the Stars would just be much better at it. So now on the moon, things haven't really changed much. LD is basically setting her up to play the middle game on her team. And Chet and Izzy want to vote off Mickey, but Sean and Mickey want to vote off Izzy. So Ellie's finding herself in the middle. And so let's get to the votes. People with no votes: Chet, Elodie, and Sean. And finally, in a shocking 3-2 vote, Izzy is sent packing. Surprisingly. And the next challenge is a double elimination. Magnum. Hey, give me a second. I gotta look something up real quick. Give me a second. Alright. This is the last challenge. So, basically, this will be a 3-parter again. Also, the team that I think comes in first here, I'm sorry, is the Stars. I think they would just win the entire thing, just because the Ripper has been in this challenge, and Ripper and Julia have both been in this challenge, and just both know what to do and how to do it. So, unfortunately, the Moons and the Suns are both going to elimination. So, Chet is basically very much on the out, so he tries to connect with Mickey and they do find some common ground. And unfortunately here, Chet's able to convince Sean to boot out Mickey just for his own safety. And on the Suns, it's actually it comes down to a tie between Sanders and Ella. And basically, the challenge is whoever can drink goat milk the fastest wins. Unfortunately, Ella is not cut out for this challenge. Alright, and now here, these are all the players making it to the second stage. Just because one team was a little too overpowered. Also, this is not the end. 2 players will be chosen at random to be team captains. But first off, we have a rejoin challenge. They can choose to participate if they want to. It is the slip and slide. Basically, they have to go down a slipping shot, slip and slide, and shoot baskets. The person who does the best at it wins. And here, I think there's one person that would dominate the challenge. That's Izzy. It's no contest, really. And Chet is actually relieved to see Izzy. Now we go to the number generator. Alright. The number generator are 8 and 9. That is 6, 7, 8. The 2 team captains are Julia and Ripper, respectively. But Ripper 1, Julia 2. Let's see who takes. Julia takes the first pick. And she picks Scott. While Ripper picks Sanders. Then Gwen. Then Ripper goes ahead and picks Ezekiel. Followed by Sean. Then Carrie. Izzy. Chet. Elodie. Then finally Emma. This will be the teams until merge. And yes, let's get on with it. First one is Caved by the Bell. Oh wait, I already. I'm sorry about that, but I just did that last season. I don't wanna use it again. Skull Island. All right, that's more up the alley. So this is based on teamwork, strength, strategy, and just pure speed. Got grab skull from the other island and all that. But here, I think Ripper uses Carrie as the shield. Much to her dismay. And also, on the moons, no one really gets along that well. There's a lot of infighting, which gives the Suns the win here. On the moon, Julia and Scott continue their alliance, but try to pull in Elodie for Gwen boot. Whereas Gwen actually reconnects with Izzy. To be honest, they had a somewhat good relationship at multiple points in the series. But I think Sean is voting Julia. Gwen and Izzy vote for Scott. Unfortunately, leaving Gwen with the 12th place in this season. That's our first, and that's a heavy hitter gone. Next challenge is the Shawshank. Oh, they have to get out. They have to escape prison. And I'm sorry, but I think here, the Moons get lucky. And because that's one thing Julia really has, it's luck on her side. So I think they will be able to avoid this elimination. And here, Ripper and Carrie will be going at it pretty hard, choosing Sanders, Ezekiel, Chet, and Emma to choose a side, which unfortunately leads to Ripper's elimination due to his more abrasive attitude. And Carrie's still having a few scars. And here, Haunt capture. Oh, no. Huh? Give me a second. Oh, fuck. They have to. They're stranded. Everybody's on different part of the island. They have to gather up as a team and get back there and find Chef and Chris, who are somewhere on the island. I'm sorry, the Moons take this challenge by the horns and win. And here on the Suns, Carrie actually gets along very well with Ezekiel, so she joins his and Sanders' alliance. But Emma and Chet are in a temporary alliance right now. And so Emma's trying to target Ezekiel to get out and tells Carrie, look, Sanders and Ezekiel have been pretty unbreakable by this point. It would be probably best if we vote one of them out, if anything. And so, first off, people with 0 votes. Sanders, Carrie, and Chet. Finally, in a 3-2 vote, Ezekiel falls. I'm really glad Ezekiel got as far as he did, because he really showed he could be a player. And the next challenge is, oh my god, Sweden sour. Oh no. I think if I got this right. Sweden sour. Oh, it's this one, yes. They have to build a boat and then get as far as they can, and then gotta either destroy the other person's boat or capture their flag, which I think the Suns would actually win. Due to Moons eye to eye majority of the time. And also Elodie just wanting everything to be perfect. Which caused them the challenge, so. Here, I think Izzy and Sean actually find some common ground and start to get along here. Whereas Elodie is still trying to play the middle game. But 0 votes, Julia, Elodie, and Izzy. And the final vote, 3-2, Scott is eliminated. And now finally, this is the last double elimination. Each person, a person from each team will be, each team will be up for elimination. One person, two people get immunity, one from each team. And the challenge is $1 million babies. First person to get through a course with a sleeping baby wins. Sean takes this for the moon just because he's done this before. And the other person who actually does this is Chet. And here, actually, Sanders and Carrie are not too happy with Emma. So, fortunately, this is the end of the road for her. And on the moons, Izzy brings up that Ellie's playing the middle game. And Julie recognizes this too, so unfortunately, Ellie does get eliminated. But that leads us to the merge. But for the merge, there's one more thing that's gonna happen. One final rejoin. And the challenge is the pink painter strikes again. So basically, red light, green light. And to be honest, the person who I think would win here, this is not non-biased, I think it's Tom. Tom wins the rejoin just because he didn't want to get his shirt dirty. So he just wins the rejoin. And this next challenge is very, very simple. It is Battlefield Earth. No, they have to get to the top of a dangerous obstacle course. Mountain, that's also an obstacle course. So, sorry, Julia takes this just because I don't think anyone here is gonna beat her in original. Her already knowing the course and winning in original just really cements her. And here, Chet, Sanders, and Carrie are just a very tight-knit trio at this point. So Julie is able to wrap up Sean and Izzy for an unfortunate Sanders boot here. But here also Tom and Izzy reconnect to both rejoining the competition. And also, Tom joins Sean and Izzy's alliance. And this next challenge is simple. It is Hello and Dubai. Alright, I think... give me a second. Give me a quick second, you guys. I am actually... Oh, yep. It's this one. So two people are gonna win challenges. First off, they either serve or squeegee. And I think Carrie, Chet would be the only two squeegeeing. And whereas Julia, Sean, Tom, and Izzy would be, you know, serving. Tom doesn't want to get his shirt wet. But here, I think Sean wins immunity from the tennis. And between Chet and Carrie, Carrie has more experience with this. So, I think Sean and Carrie would be the best characters to win immunity. So, between the three other ones, I think here it's actually a deadlock. Julia, Carrie, and Chet, and Sean, Tom, and Izzy. This is between Izzy and Chet. No, Izzy and Julia, actually, to be eliminated. And I don't think they will be changing their votes. So, unfortunately, we have something on our hands. A two-person deadlock between Chet and Tom. And the person eliminated is Chet. Unfortunately here, Chet does just fall short of the goal. Getting out to a deadlock that is just completely crazy. Also, I'm saying this, I spun it 3 times. It landed on Chet each time. So the next challenge is so this came up just now. Is nothing. It's not there. So this is a no immunity challenge. It's vote for whoever you want. And unfortunately here, I think Sean will turn on the returnees and vote with Carrie and Julia to eliminate Izzy here. Because she did a lot better than her original placement without her rejoining. So Izzy really did show that she could do very well under pressure. Also played very good social game. The next challenge is simple. It's Evil Dread. They had to they had to find statues and then just they had to find a piece of statue and build it. I think the person that's probably going to do the best at this is Julia. And here, unfortunately, is where Tom will meet his fate as well. That's because everybody's getting annoying at Tom constantly complaining about getting his shirt dirty. And now, for the final 3 challenge. It will be the X-Files. So basically, this will do a little different. Each of the person who they're shipped with the most, like Julie has MK, Sean has Jasmine, and Carrie has Devin. They're going to be hiding, and they need to successfully smuggle them out. And the person that's probably going to doing that the easiest is Carrie. It's because her and Devin can be pretty quiet at times, whereas MK's a little clumsier and Jasmine's just very tall. So unfortunately here, Julia gets third. Just because I don't see Carrie Sean bringing Julia to the finale. And the final challenge will be the bold and the beautiful. And here, they're just gonna have to collect as much treasure around the island as possible before the time's up. And I think the person who does that better, it's gonna be Carrie over Sean. But hey, Carrie wins the second season. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.